And what's up, everybody? This is None Defense, host of this YouTube channel, and of course, co-leader of the team Still Unboomable, proud owner of 9,290 force points, and that'll continue to go up as we progress. Of course, I'm sitting here with our real-life leader, Miss Boom Bitch Angie. Say hello, Angie.
Hey, everybody.
Funny thing, I was talking on our team to our new member, Don. This was earlier, and I asked him how he found our YouTube channel because he came over via YouTube, and we're talking about that. Excuse me. And wait, where was I going with that? Hold on, we're talking about that, and then Don said it'll come back to me. Anyway, so we're here. Where was I going with that? Wow, total blank. Like that was going to be a brilliant story. No, I'm gonna keep. We're live. We're going. We're gonna figure this out. We're gonna get to the bottom of this.
He watched it from episode 1.
And
he really liked your philosophy.
Oh, that's right. Thank you. So I went back to episode. He said he watched 1 through 10. So just out of curiosity, I was like, wait, episode 10? What the heck was I even talking about then? So I went back and pulled it up. But the whole point was that was back in January. We're in June, so 6 months, right? So right, more or less.
Right.
And we were at 3,000 some odd force points.
Wow. That's crazy.
So just for what it's worth, I mean, we certainly could have progressed faster, but we have taken our time building the team the way we wanted it to be, getting our guys, and now that we've got our guys, now we're just really dialing in. Anyway, so back to today's video. This video is a part of the Booming Without Borders campaign. I am on the Meezer account, formerly Grublet1T, but you'll know it now as Meezer. Meezer is a type of cat. Anyway, and speaking of cat, that was Buddy in the background. This team is Special Forces with the leader, Mr. HT, which he explained his name is actually Jareth backwards, but I'll still continue to call him HT. So I'm an old dog, new tricks come hard. Anyway, so if you are unfamiliar with what Booming Without Borders is, that is where we would come over and help you. We would bring over a bunch of attacks, a bunch of players of a variety of levels. We would show you how we coordinate a variety of accounts and how to use the accounts effectively working together as a unit as opposed to just a bunch of free-for-all attack styles. That's step 1. Then we do the training phase, and I always love the training phase. This is where we go and we give the opportunity to the players here to try new troops, okay? But the main thing is that they practice the new troops. When it's all said and done, once everybody who's going to take a turn has taken a turn, then I always have plenty of accounts left over that I can put away these ops. So that's how the whole training is. So for the guys who got the point, you did brilliant. For the guys who missed the point, I hope you're able to watch this video and kind of understand in hindsight what you kind of missed out on. But you'll get a chance under your leadership to do more training ops. You can never train too much, especially once you've identified that a certain group needs the training. You know what I mean? Then absolutely train. Get your guys all on one page, and then and everybody else will just follow along. So this was a training op. What I often do on training ops is I use a couple of my accounts to demonstrate how to do a specific thing, but without actually doing that thing. So here's what that means. In this case, I was on Silver Cat. The mission was to just practice, and keep in mind, if it was a do-or-die situation and we needed to beat this base, I would go warriors over here, and then warriors over here, and then some Zookas, or, there's 1,000 different ways we could have done it, but that wasn't the point of this exercise. The point was to practice the maneuver, which is smoke, drop, flare, drop, flare them up here, smoke, shock. Like, that's the whole point of the exercise, is just to get familiar with it. So that's why I do these examples. It is technically a wasted attack, but at the same time, if it helps any team learn, you know what I mean, then it is not wasted even a little bit. So that's how I view it. Be careful of those gaps. That was my gap. I really try to not do those gaps, but they do happen. Just got to be aware of them, because a gap can kill you quickly. It does not take long. Okay, so we're just going to shock there. Getting ready. Shock, shock. Now, Silver Cat does not have tons and tons of gunboat. I did miss that shock there, but again, I was hitting the retreat button, you'll notice. So no matter what happened, I was hitting retreat. That's how I do these. Somebody had asked in chat if Silver Cat's attack was good. Silver Cat's attack was brilliant in terms of showing you how to get in position. It was terrible in terms of actually, doing anything, but that wasn't the purpose. So this was Nala on a different base. Which base was this? This was Breakwater. So here is where I'm showing you how to position yourself to the shock blaster, right? And then shock the targets, the critical targets. Again, if our goal was to beat this thing in a do or die situation, we would focus to one side and just let that be that. But this was about training with warriors. So let's show you the example. So this is how I won't be booming. I did miss that. I flared next to it. I meant to flare it, but in the end I was able to make it work. But the whole point, if I won't be doing booming without borders for a while. I've mentioned that in a previous video because I've got other things going, but once I do kick it back off and people come and look at these, if anybody comes and looks at previous booming without borders, they'll be able to see the groundwork, which is just simple. Just show the guys how to do it. Don't do it for them. Show them how to do it, and then let them pass or fail. Because even on a failed attack, when you're trying something new, even on a failed attack, you can still learn something. Dirty Randy, I hope we can get you watching this video. I hope we can get you to working with the team. I do know, while I appreciate the fact that you're running riflemen, because I love riflemen, this base was asked for warrior training. This is technically it's really a selfish attack. It's a pointless attack. There's really no reason to shock. There's a lot of stuff that you did wrong. So really, I hope we can just get Dirty Randy just to watch all these videos. There's a lot going wrong here. You're shocking, you're destroying power cells just to generate more shock and more smoke and med kit, and that's just silly. Like, if you're gonna hit power cells, you need to be bombing things. But again, the overall point was this was for training. So you just deprived your chance to practice with a new troop, and instead of practicing with a new troop, you had a bad attack with my favorite troop, which just breaks my heart, because when somebody has a bad rifle attack, it just really makes me sad, because I really love them. So this was Nun, not to be confused with Nun Defense. This is Nun 326. If I had to guess, let's see, test my powers of deduction. 236 is his area code. Google where that is.
236?
236 is his area code. That's my powers of reasoning, deductive reasoning. And when he watches this video, he will, hey, the Red Sox just hit a home run. Excuse me for while I hoot and holler. Woo! I'll be out there in a minute, Jim. We'll celebrate.
British Columbia, Canada.
British Columbia, Canada. So my bet is that he is in British Columbia, Canada.
That's over by where we'll be in Vancouver. By Vancouver.
Oh, is it? Okay. Well, we're moving to the Seattle area, so maybe that's near. But I may be wrong. 236 may be his daughter's birthday. It may be the registration number on his dog's license tag. I don't know. But all in all, great attack. Pause. I do want to help you out here. The main thing that you did wrong was you flared directly to the shock blaster. I promise this is important. When they're coming off the boat, they're going to be all kind of scattered and clustered. You want to flare and smoke the nearest target, clean target, meaning no mines around it. You want to flare to the nearest clean target that you can and let them settle on it for just a second. Just let them stand there for just a second and get all settled and sorted. Then start working on, so you would like flare. Like drop here, flare here, smoke, smoke. Let them settle. Flare the SB, smoke, smoke, smoke. Let it do. As the smoke's getting ready to clear, shock, 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 chop, chop, shock. You know, it depends on how much shock you got. You know what's going on there. But all in all, you're getting there, and you were willing to try new troops. So thank you so much, Nunn. You are a co-leader on this team, and from everything I've seen, you are an outstanding one, sir. To be perfectly frank, every time I go to a new Booming Without Borders team, there's always one guy who, in Nunn's own words, plays the devil's advocate, and he played his part well. And what that means is he questioned how honest I would be, like he questioned how mean I would be. He asked very honest, very direct, very legitimate questions, and I was so appreciative of his upfront and honesty about his reservations to go through the training, because that gave us the opportunity to have the conversation on what we're actually talking about. So bravo, Nunn. All right, so there was another kid. Who was it? Was it Danny? Was it Awesome Azan? It was Awesome Azan. He was saying that we can't put Zukas over there. It's like, it just won't work. It just won't work. And, you know, I was kind of in a mentality of like other things were going on in my life. But at the same time, when I commit to a Booming Without Borders, that means I have to commit, you know, at least do the best that I can. So I was just kind of in thinking like, yeah, but I really need... I need the guys to practice doing this, so I know I can do it. He was essentially, not in a mean way, but challenging my ability to do this attack. And again, not in a mean way, so don't defend yourself. So I kind of had to make a choice, but then I was like, you know, I may be depriving someone else of trying this exact attack, but I know I'm not going to win, so they'll still get the opportunity, and it will serve as a coaching opportunity for not only Awesome Azan, who was there having the conversation, but anybody else who was watching. So again, this was not a demonstration of, you know, that saying that, see, it was perfect, but just a demonstration that if you know what you're doing, if you use a little imagination, you can easily see how this can really be an effective use. So let's just go ahead and watch this attack. So this became another example attack, right? So we're just doing smoke, 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 dropping the Zukas, flaring them there, over there, getting them nice little group, dropping that extra smoke. We're going to flare there, let them walk. And this is real time, guys. Now this attack, you know, just to know where I was mentally, keep in mind, I'm very practiced. You know, certainly when I have nervous attacks, I definitely have nervous attacks, but this one I was feeling pretty good, pretty confident. You know, and knowing that I wasn't going to save the world, just trying to demonstrate that you can make things happen. You know, if you just take your time, if you know what you're doing, you learn the tricks. So I took out a nasty machine gun and a nasty boom cannon. And you know what? That ain't too bad. For just doing a demonstration with a level 36, level 11 Zuka, yeah, I did go ahead and boost my GBE statues, getting down to 138%. But I promise, that account recruiter only has like 4 GBE Guardians or something, 5, 6. There's no GBE Masterpieces, so he's doing okay, but not great. So anyway, so that was the point of that attack. I'm not going in particular order today. I'm kind of just getting it all in. This was Danny Awesome. Danny Awesome, I hate that you didn't play along. I don't understand if you didn't read the notes, if you weren't following the chat or whatever, but I hope going forward, especially on these training days, guys, do not deprive yourself the chance to train, you know, because the whole idea is we're doing an easy op, so that way everybody can practice but not feel like you have to win, you know, feel like you have to do it, because you'll have enough guys in your back pocket, you know, to go ahead and, you know, you'll figure it out. But again, the whole point was mainly identify who's on board. So Danny went and did Breakwater, and that brought my attention to Breakwater, and realized now that SB was gone, I needed to give a demonstration of how to do something else. I think I went after these rocket launchers, so I went ahead. This is another demonstration. So I do retreat there once I get in position. So, but that's the demonstration. So I do not feel bad for these retreats, because, you know, it's all for learning. Alright, see that Nunn? See how I grabbed to the nearest convenient ground grabbing onto thing, whatever the proper word is. I could have went right there and been just as fine, but I really like running straight lines, so I wanted to go ahead and get here so that way I could just flare from here to here, and it's more or less a straight line. It's much easier to smoke them as opposed to when they're running angles. So just kind of keep in mind, straight lines are fine. Flare, smoke, smoke. Flare, smoke, smoke. Straight lines are fine. Flare, smoke, smoke. Alright, here we go. So let's watch it. So I'm flaring over there, smoke, smoke. See? Flare, smoke, smoke. Let's watch this. Flare, smoke, smoke. And see, I made it work with just those. So flare, smoke, smoke. That's my thing. And then I would shock, and then just let them, shock and rock, man. And you're good. I hit the retreat button here, I believe, just to, get out of there for the sake of the demo. But again, it doesn't take much imagination to see what would have happened had I just stayed there and worked that rocket. Like, that thing would have popped in, like, instantly. The dreaded rocket. If you just take the time to work the troops, learn the tricks. So 1+, man, I don't know if you did good or did bad, but you went warriors on the warrior base, so let's see how it went. Okay. Alright, you're not flaring to anything, that's the problem. Okay, so we gotta, you don't have smoke. Okay, you do have smoke, so we're definitely gonna want to see, a little better there. Okay, smoke, smoke, smoke it. Okay, do you have a shock? Hope you have a shock. Do you have a shock? Okay, alright, a little reposition, save yourself some damage. Alright, I'm not seeing much shocking. Again, I don't know what your gunboat situation is, but I promise when your warriors coming out of smoke, or Zookas coming out of smoke, shock is your baby. Shock is your bread and butter. So definitely start working shock into your repertoire. But all in all, okay, we're going to want to build on that, but stay focused. And again, no one's saying that you have to run this stuff on your day-to-day boom beach life. It helps to practice, it helps to train, definitely. But, nice job. I mean, all in all, 1+. Thank you so much for that. Okay, that was at paramedic. Paramedic, mixed troops. I don't even want to watch this. I don't recall if we talked to you, if we got your attention. Hopefully you'll never do this again. If we didn't get your attention, then, eventually, then here's really what it comes down to. The guys who are working with the team will have a spot on the team. The guys who are working against the team will lose their spot on the team. That's fair. That's the standard rule of any task force in any part of Boom Beach. Now, paramedic, this attack sucked, and I'm just going to skip through it. Like, there's just nothing. Yeah, I can't even coach that. I'm sorry, paramedic. I cannot coach that bad of attack. It's just everything you did was fundamentally wrong. Everything. So, if I had to coach that, I'd say start over. Matua Jeff, same thing. I don't even want to watch this attack because you haven't chatted at all. You're one of the ones. You're on the list. You're on the list, Jeff. It's only a matter of time. It is only a matter of time. Because here's what's going to happen for all the people on this team. Here's what you can expect. And I've seen this before, and it's going to happen again for every team that I've worked with. I don't know what it is, but for some reason when I start bringing accounts over, that seems to generate, I don't know how they do it, but it's all of a sudden these teams that haven't had new members in a while all of a sudden start having new members popping in. I'm not taking credit for it. I think it's something to do with the fact all these accounts joined recently, so I think it kind of shows like some activity, and I think that kind of, that's all I can guess. So because I'm here and because I have all these accounts here, you're going to expect to see some new players coming in. Now that we're getting on the same page, you're going to start beating higher operations, and your success rate is going to start going up. I'm not saying it's going to just jump up amazingly, but it'll start going up. As that happens, you'll continue to be highlighted in these random task force finders, and new members will come in. With new members will come in, they'll say, hey, wow, here's a guy, group of 10 to 15 guys. that, you know, really have it together. I want to do what they're doing, you know. So then you can kick out one of your scrubby players that aren't paying attention. You can get rid of them, and then you have a new player, you know. And then as spots come open, and just get rid of the players that you know aren't ever going to work with you. Just shoot them aside. New players will come in, and before you know it, over time, you'll have made your team. Let's see what this chat is. What is the first video called again? Drew. I like this. I forget what episode it was. I think it was 61. We're gonna go check. We are checking the YouTube page, because this is Booming Without Borders, and you've got to be willing to help your guys and answer their questions. So, whatever, let's check it out. Let's find out which one first starred Special Forces, not Pro Blitz and Glitches. Reverse, not that. Okay, he's gonna want to watch episode 62, 63, and 67. So 61, 60, wait, did I do that right? 62, 63, and 67. 62, 63, and 67. Let me type them there. Okay, non-defenses. Guide to Boom Beach, episode 62 and 63. I'm working on 67 right now. And of course, everyone does this, so let's do it too. Say hi to YouTube. There you go. Alright, so that was Drew. I really like Drew. Drew's the guy. Like, he's awesome. Why? Because he's willing to work with the team. And that's all it takes. That's all it takes to be on the team. Okie dokie. To Jeff. Destroyer. Thank you so much, Destroyer. I told you yesterday that this attack was actually really good. I don't remember what you did, but I was pleased with it. So let's see what happened. Oh, that's right. I was just calling for just dropping shock and just flare. The whole point of this exercise was just to show you that as long as you keep the machine gun shocked, you can make short work of all of these tough defenses. These stuff that you're like, oh man, look at all those snipers, look at all those boom cannons, there's no way I can do it. Wrong. You make sure you keep those machine guns shocked, and look how much a low level guy like Destroyer did. Wasn't strong. What was he? Okay, 47, so he's pretty tough, level 16 Zookas, but even so, it's still not like did the strongest thing ever. Then Drew goes in, level 35, whatever Zookas. You know, we're going to just speed him along. So he's going back here. He wants to work around. If I was going to coach him, I don't think I was available. I would have asked him to just go ahead and go right here and then target the HQ or maybe clear this stuff or something. But, you know, it's okay. There is a point where you just kind of got to let your guys be your guys, you know, and you just got to let them, especially on a training op, you got to let them try some things. You know, and you got to accept that you may take a loss because you were trying something new. And when that happens, you need in your mind, in my opinion, take that as a victory, because you're that much better because you've now tried something. You know what I mean? So it's like, okay, you know, whether it worked or didn't work or almost worked, you know, you can improve on it, you can build on it. So don't be afraid, especially for these training ops. The more people you can get involved in these training ops on training days. David, you're going tank hookah. I promise you, just going hookah in a normal average situation. I'm not showing your attack because you didn't go up follow notes. You're anti-team, David, but we did speak to you. You know what? We did speak to you, so I guess that means you do at least qualify. If we can get you to watch this video, let's see what you did. So, David, I'm going to pretend that the note said, free for all, show me your best attack. Okay, let's pretend that. That's what I'm pretending. Free for all, meaning anyone's allowed to attack it, and show me your best attack. So under those conditions, let's see how you did. And I'm just going to be honest. So you're putting everything on that shock launcher. Okay. Dropping over here. Okay. Heavies are taking damage. And then you retreated. David, what the heck? What the heck was that, David? Alright, well, again, you're forgiven because you said in chat, as I recall, and I'm pretty sure it was you that I was talking to, that you said you'll start paying attention to what's going on now. If not, then, yeah. Again, that's, thankfully, when I look at it, whenever I'm on a Booming Without Borders team, as I'm going through and I'm looking at the attacks of the guys who clearly aren't paying attention, I'm not saying you, David, but just in general, and I've seen some wild ones. Everybody on this team has been very tame, all things considered. But when I see that happening, all I can think is, thank goodness that's not my problem, and I don't have to worry about that because I get to go home. You know, I'm like a grandparent. I get to come over, get the kids all rattled up on sugar and caffeine, and then go home when I'm ready. So HT, you were the last attacker of this team, of the people that we knew that we had confidence in, that were gonna, you know, participate and play along. So let's see how you did. I know you weren't pleased, but allow me to watch and just kind of coach, and let's see if we can get you on the right track. Okay, so obviously I think you figured out by now you meant to do that flare first. Smoke, got to get that smoke out there first. Okay, and you shocked the sniper. I'm guessing you didn't realize that you flared the sniper, and you're confused why the girls are standing there at this point. Yep, see, that's what's going on. Okay, so basically what happened there, HT, and don't feel bad about this, this happens to all of us. You made a mistake early and you went into panic mode, and let me tell you, Fran, from a lifetime of experience, once you enter panic mode, there is not much you can do to get out of it. Am I right, Angie? So, like, that's just the way it is. That's panic mode, pal. So don't take it too critical on yourself. It happens. It happens, but you'll keep practicing because you're the leader. And you've seen it. You've seen that a percentage of your guys will train, and we also have seen that a percentage more will train on the next run. You know what I mean? And as more people train and more people join, more people will continue to train and go with the team participation. It's so fun. All right, so that was the last of your guys. Now I'm just going to show you where I protected the core on Bonanza. Just because I mean, it's goofy, I'm just protecting the core, but I don't know, I like to think that there's some quality benefit of attacks. You notice I put a barrage right here in the middle. I didn't barrage the mines exactly. I know there's a lot of wasted barrage, but I was counting on the barrage to kind of spread out. Let's see how it did. Okay, see, not bad, not too bad. You know, for a barrage on the nothing, that kind of worked out, didn't it? So let's see what I did here. So this was Blueberry. Blueberry, for this op, I did have loaded riflemen, I believe. I must be thinking at this point. Yeah, when it's this much hesitation, you can only be thinking. So I'm going with the fancy rifle drop. Gonna try to get them in more or less a straight line. Very difficult. It's so much easier to group the Zookas together. But I love the speed of riflemen, you know, and you don't even have to have that many make it. You don't have to have that many even survive. As long as you get a nice chunk percentage of them, you'll be fine. So all in all, as I recall, that this attack was, I mean, it probably looked good. It was kind of a stupid attack in terms of not really helping the overall goal, but it was fun. It was fun to do. I enjoyed it. So this was, yeah, that was just me trying to show off right there. Like, let me see if I can get them down this hallway of mines. As you can see, I didn't do that great of a job. So that is pretty much it. It looks like I'm about to lose everything there. So there you go. That was Blueberry. Buddy NPA. We heard him yell earlier. For those on this team who don't know and wonder what NPA stands for, it is Nuns Personal Army. Surely somebody on this team has asked. Somebody always asks. But it's Nunn's personal army, and the joke started when we first started creating all these extra accounts. It was just a way for us for other team members to identify who was controlled by Nunn. Then we started giving accounts away, and things kind of got out of hand, and now it's just there's no way to know. The joke on our team is you never know who Nunn is, and you never. Or wait, hold on. How did I say it before? It was brilliant the way I said it before. As I compliment myself. What did I say? You never know who Nunn really is, and you never know who's really Nunn or something. I don't know. The point is, we swap accounts a lot, and we interchange accounts. And I have access to a lot of my teammates' accounts. It's not something I recommend. I honestly don't. Because of personal security issues and all that stuff. You just got to understand that I'm a pretty weird dude, and I'm weird. I'm a weird guy.
Amen.
Yeah. Yep. Alright, Fancy Pants. This was all Zuka's. And again, the goal was to protect the core, so, like, even though all of these attacks in some form or fashion were pretty awesome and well executed and well done attacks and should be applauded for their skill and precision and all that stuff, there's in many ways they're really stupid attacks because they're just like clearly I'm just goofing off. Now if somebody was watching these attacks and didn't know better, they might think like, wow, this guy's really good and he's really focused and knows what he's doing. Like, no, this is a man who's just playing, I don't know, he's just kicking the can down the road. That's, that's kind of how I feel about ops at this level. Again, that comes from confidence and experience. Guys, you're going to have that confidence and experience too. And it will happen faster than you think. You'll just look up one day and realize like, whoa, our team is actually pretty good. So, and this is Silence, the original rifle account for me anyway. The goal was to protect the core and get the win, so that means Silence can't start attacking the HQ until everything else has been destroyed. So let's see how Silence pulled off that little trick. The power of numbers. Like individually, the riflemen aren't that strong, but in groups, they can get a lot done. They can get a lot done. Had to make sure I flared that flamethrower there. Now keep in mind, this wasn't my last attack. Had I, messed up somewhere and had to attack again, I had plenty of attacks left. I don't remember how many I had left. At least 3, and that was more than enough, as you can see. So now, this is me just showing off right there. That little flare smoke job right there. That was me just showing off. Again, it's for teaching. It is. It's just to show you. And I missed the flare there. I missed the shock. But in the end, it was okay. It was okay. So I'm just kind of working that stuff there. Hate that I'm losing all those sniper or riflemen that I'm losing, but that's okay. Because we still had enough to finish. Now, if I wanted to play true protect the core, I would have went and sent in an attack to make sure I got rid of all the mines. So I guess I did technically cheat. I'm sorry.
You're fired. I'm
fired. Okay, so for the guys who are watching this video, who are actively involved in what's going on Special Forces, here's what you need to know. Tomorrow we are going to be doing hacksaw. Okay, keeping all the attack accounts that are here right now. I pulled Silence, Willow, Nunn, and Bart. Right? I pulled Bart, right? I know I pulled Bart. Make sure I don't see Bart. This is important. Okay, correct. I did pull Bart. So I'm going to have, let's count them up real quick, just so everybody is on the same page. I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, I'm gonna have 8 attacks. Maybe I'll bring Grublet over and he counts as like half of a tax, so 8.5 tax if I bring him over. If I don't, then I won't, and then that'll just be however that'll be. For a personal opinion, always grab any of the colored crystals first. And if you're not on a resource push, because I'm on a multi-account user, resources are kind of more. Anyway, diamonds are what I go with because I'm a multi-account user. If you're an individual account user and crystals aren't an option, then look at the resources that you need most for the upgrade that you're focused on and then choose that resource. If you don't have, for example, if you're maxed on gold and you're maxed on stone and, you know, these are your options, go with the diamonds, you know what I mean? But I'm going to go with the diamonds. That's just how I do it in general. I don't like to spend, because I'm a multi-account user, I don't have too much time to spend thinking about things. Okay, so tomorrow we're going to do hacksaw. I'm going to be available. I'll start the op. Okay, you already have the intel. So I'm going to start the op. I'm going to do the notes. And I will watch the chat, but at the same time, I won't necessarily be able to sit on the chat. So, you know, we'll see. But leadership of this team, I think you're familiar enough with the style of play that we're kind of going for now, that I think you'll be able to jump in and help out as well. Feel free to change the notes. People are so scared to change my notes. Please, by all means, if you know what you're doing, if you feel confident that you know what the notes need to be adjusted to, please, by all means, just make it where everyone understands what we're talking about. That's very important. So that's that. Tomorrow will be my last operation with you guys. I will. What am I'm gonna miss Booming Without Borders. Anybody who watches this, I really enjoy it. While I'm excited to do a little VP push and show you guys how I beat player bases and all that stuff, but it's kind of like, I beat player bases all the time. I want to op, Mom. I want to do another op. That's just kind of me. So, but I'm told that people want to see me play player bases, so I guess that's what I need to do, is show you guys how to do that. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up. Friends, I want to thank you so much for taking time out of your day to watch these stupid videos and me to make a jackass out of myself on a regular basis. As always, please remember that we are still unboomable, and as always, and this is the most important, because I cannot tell you the percentage of household accidents or accidents that happen within a mile from your home from people being not being cautious enough and not being aware of the situation. So when I say this, I cannot stress this enough. Friends, my dear friends, stay safe. Thank you.